Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome to the second candidate in Lyte Spring Break, Legend of Grimrock. So this is about as different from Oscura as you can get. This is harkening back to the old school isometric RPG games. Bard's Tale, Bane of the Cosmic Forge, Dungeon Master, those where you walk around and it's completely cubic. You've got puzzles, you've got enemies, you've got a couple of people to help you out. But I believe it is real time like Dungeon Master, unlike how it works in Bard's Tale and those. So let's start ourselves a new game. We can go old school mode where we turn off the auto mapping completely and we get all nostalgic with grid paper and doing our own cartography. For the sake of those watching who wouldn't be able to see my lovely cartography skills, we'll probably stay off of old school, unless you request it. But we will create the characters. We don't want to just start with their characters. Well, they might be perfectly good. Difficulty, we've got easy, normal, and hard. Haven't played the game, so I'm not going to go up to hard mode just yet. Easy mode will likely be too easy for my tastes. So, off we go. So we've got... I'm not sure if it's up to 4, but again, haven't played it, so I don't want to just walk in with one insectoid rogue. As fun as that could be. So, I'm thinking if it's anything like Dungeon Master, you'll have 2 people in the front, 2 people in the back. So you'll want a couple of tanks, a mage, and a rogue. Because you've only got the 3 classes to work with. So you might as well have your strong folk up in the front. And I would expect those strong folk to be the Minotaurs and the Lizardmen. So if we just scan through, that does appear to be the case. So the Minotaur doesn't get a whole lot of dex, or a lot of willpower. Lizard guy has some pretty decent stats. And then the Insectoid seems a little on the fragile side. So if we do end up with an Insectoid, probably going to make them the mage. Yeah, so I'm thinking having Minotaur and Lizardman tanks, a human rogue, and an insectoid mage. That does sound like fun. So, let's make this first person a Minotaur. That one does have a delightful beard. Or go with the lady. Oh, he is going to be the first thing the enemies see. So I'm thinking the one with the impressive beard. Apparently you can import portraits, so if I was a fantastic artist, I could make myself some characters. I personally am not a fantastic artist, so I will not be doing that. So we've got some extra points left. Now, we could min-max them all to all get out. Such that he's all strength and vitality and doesn't have anything in the way of secondary abilities. But I believe that this dexterity, is what's causing his lack of accuracy. There's no sense having a tank who can't hit anything. But we still might want to boost his strength a little bit more. Maybe add a little bit to his willpower for the sake of any special abilities, and then put the rest in vitality to get his health up and his resistance. So I'm thinking that should be pretty good. We get 1 skill point. I don't know what sort of weapons he's going to start off with, but we've got athletics, which should give us strength, vitality, and health. Protection and health, strength and health. Vitality, health, and bash. Slash or unarmed combat. As much as I would love to have a Minotaur Ninja, I don't think that's the way it's gonna go. We'd expect him to be using an axe to be thoroughly typical Minotaur. So we could specialize in a particular weapon. Or make him more tanky. And give him the armor bonus. I think he should be the destroyer. So let's decide. Do we give him a mace, bone shattering blow that deals double damage to something, or just give him the axe and be done with it? Well, let's just give him the axe and be done with it. Now for traits. We've got all sorts here. Let's go through them. Aggressive, attack power up. Agile, dexterity up. Athletics, strength up. Aura, energy up. Cold-blooded, resist the cold. Evasive, might be good. Demon Ancestor, resist fire. Fist Fighter, Tavern Brawls, +6 attack power when unarmed. I mean, it might be fun to make the ninja. Headhunter, attack power +3 for each skull carried. Required race Minotaur. Okay. Healthy. That only goes to the insectoids. Poison resistant. Skilled, you get more skill points. Strong mind, willpower +2, or tough. So we get 2 of these traits. Well, since it's race specific, I have to go with the Headhunter. Now for the other one, we could get skillful and get more skill points up in here. Or we could get tough, such that he just has more health. Or healthy, such that when he levels up, he gets more health. Or aggressive, because, well, he's a Minotaur. That sounds like what this guy should be. Let's see what sort of names they give. Huh. Poor Gimpy. Mamasa. I like it. Okay. So that's prisoner number 1. Minotaur fighter, Mamasa. Aggressive headhunter. We want a lizard man fighter. We got 10 points here as well. So he doesn't have a whole lot of resistance just yet. Not a whole lot of strength either. Let's see what to do with these 10 points. I want this guy to kind of be the tank. I want him to... Let's see if that's good. Yeah, but it doesn't even give him as much health as the Minotaur had. But significantly more resistance. I do like that one better. So he's not as strong, but he's got better resistance. He doesn't quite have the health, but he should be able to... he should be able to keep up with the Minotaur in that sense. I kind of want to make him the unarmed fighter. It might not be the best plan, but he gets 3 skill points. I could make him skilled so he gets even more. And then give him the unarmed combat thing in the traits as well. So if we give him skilled and fist fighter, and then put all of that into unarmed combat, he's an extreme specialist in the art of punching things to death. Sounds like fun. Okay, now we want a human rogue. As is typical, they want extremely high dexterity for the dodging. But they could use a little bit of extra in some of their other stats. We don't want to go totally min-maxed on this. Let's see which sorts of humans we've got here. I think she is a good choice for our human rogue. Yeah, I believe that's good. Now, we've got 4 skill points here. Ansatz. Good old assassination. Attack with melee weapons from back row. Could be good. Dodging is probably also good. Yeah, so I'm thinking dodge, daggers, and assassination. Let's see which traits we should give her, though. Healthy, maybe? Ooh, evasive could be good. Agile and evasive, they are good stats for rogue. But it might be good to give him a little more backstory. Make her poison resistant too. Evasive and poison resistant, dodge, daggers, and assassination. And our last, insectoid mage. Look at how little health they get. Oh, look at that. Wow. Now, okay, so spellcraft lets you cast more spells. Okay, so in order to learn a spell, you actually need something to teach it to you. Oh, okay. So in general, we do want the skills that he has. We might want to kick his vitality up just a touch so he isn't complete fodder. Let's see. There. That should be enough to keep him alive. Now, which of these do we like? I like the one with the really long neck. I like it. Okay, so which traits should our spellcaster now have? Natural armor? Definitely. I kind of want to give him a demon ancestor. Though cold-blooded might also be interesting. I would like my bug person to have a demon ancestor. Now we get 3 skill points. And given the demon ancestry, he should probably have fire magic. Definitely want to increase spellcraft. And for the sake of survivability, I'm thinking staff defense. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right. They need names. Zarhabar. I don't like that extra R in there. Zarhabar. Good. Gimbo? Really? Gonna call the girl Gimbo? I get the feeling that these names are not necessarily gendered, because they seem very similar to the other ones. Aldali, maybe... Fohara. I like Fohara. So, Mamasa, Zarhabar, Fohara, and... Drizzt. Second cousin, 2 species removed from Drizzt. And let's go. So we've used up about half the episode just making our characters. That's not to be that's not unexpected in a game like this. Your characters are fairly important to you. I would read this to you, but it's going by pretty quick, and I'm sure you can read. But moral of the story, we are prisoners. This is our prison, and, well, we need to not die. It's not a good sign when your airship struggles to get to the top. Here we are, though those people don't really look like us. And there we are! Big old Spartan hole to get us thrown into. Only darkness and justice awaits. And they just chuck us in the hole. Something tells me we are not starting at full health. Begin. Legend of Grimrock. First time playing Grimrock? Tutorial is available from the pause menu, accessible by pressing escape. Generally, in games like this, you go pow, pow. We can turn, we can look. We might want to quickly go through the tutorial. Only front row can perform melee. Well, that's not true because I have an assassin. WASD, Q, and E. Yes. Item slots are for doing things. Click on an item, pick it up from the slot, and right-click to attack with the item. Okay. Marching order, dragging a portrait with the left mouse button. Probably not going to change that much. Character sheets for setting up various things. Throw items there, pick up and drop there. Operate mechanisms. Back we go. So, pow. Good to know. Okay. So, if these were a thing, you could click on them and do stuff. In general, in games like this, you want to take a quick look at all the walls. There might be a button. And you always want to look at the floor that you're going to, because it might be a pit trap or something similar. You can strafe left and right if you don't want to turn and walk. Choose your fate. Perish in this cell or pick up the torch. Well, I want to at least make sure none of these are fancy buttons either. And here we go. We pick up the torch. And in general, you want it to be fairly light out because, well, things will kill you in the darkness. Now, I could leave that torch there, probably. Or I could pick it up and take it with me. Actually, I'm thinking we should just carry that in case our other one runs out. I have not played this game, like I said, so I don't necessarily know how crucial it is to keep a supply of torches with you. Ooh. Pants. Yeah, might as well spread the wealth. Okay, so it looks like something interesting is going to happen there. Cudgel. Here you go. It's not an axe. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's put you on torch duty. Okay, so we come to our first pressure plate. I imagine there will be hundreds, if not thousands of those in this game. So we take up a rock, and we put it on the pressure plate. Partially to make sure nothing evil happens, but also such that when we move off of the pressure plate, it doesn't reset the thing. So we found ourselves a brass key. Mage, you can be in charge of keys. I know I gave them names, and I should probably use their names. But so it goes. We've got a door. Probably takes the brass key. And we've got a rock. Never really know when we're going to need rocks. Okay. Well, that was fairly simple. Can't take the chains. Seems not. Okay, so we've got a keyhole to progress forward. Loose rock. So generally, you can see when something is out of place on one of these walls. Like so. See, just a little bit off. And as you get further, likely it becomes more and more difficult to spot those sorts of weird little things, and more important. One of these days, we'll come across an enemy. Hello, slug thing. This is where our hand-to-hand combat comes in handy. Ow. And there we go. One exploding snail, which gave us a slice of exploding snail. Here you go. You did most of the work. Serious pants. Here you go, have some serious pants. And a serious dagger. So amongst us, we've got one set of clothing. And a whole bunch of torches. Seems a little strange that there's that much space between the lever and the gateway. Throwing knife. She's not necessarily super skilled with them, but that's okay. Hello. Apparently she can only reach when doing an assassination attempt. Oh, we've got several coming. Oh, I don't actually know the runes to any spells. Now, there might be additional strategy to this game where you don't just stand and take the damage, you actually run around and try to do things. But I don't think these enemies are of the caliber to worry about that just yet. So if we eat this snail slice, our food goes back up. Now our food is relatively low all around. So we will need to find a halfway decent supply of food somewhere. Pit root bread, so that's something at least. Now we could go this way. We need a key for that door. Nope, no more snail. Rock. Baked maggot. Classy. Sandals. Here you go. Loincloth. There you go. It's not much, but it's something. So we don't have the key, which means we're going this way. To close the pit, something needs to fly. So this is definitely the easy tutorial level. Now, through all three of them, I need to look into how to separate them out. Right-clicking... there we go. And then you are in charge of keys. And here we are. And that's about the point where we are out of time for this episode. So we might not have finished the easy tutorial section, but we killed some snails, solved some super easy puzzles, hey look, more snails. Hello, can you fall in the pit? Guess not. I guess he's just going to stay over there and eventually provide us with some food. So that's Legend of Grimrock for you. If you like this game, feel free to leave a like on this. If you'd rather see me play something else, leave a like on one of the other videos. And I will see you in the next episode of Lyte's Spring Break.